there's a few things with regard to understanding the universe in a scientific sense with regard to love as well. Because, way back at the beginning when many of you read or listened to The Secrets of the Universe, right? That discussion, yeah? Where I talked about the spheres of the spirit world. We'll talk more about these in a minute. But every one of these is a love-based interstellar boundary. When I say it's a love-based one, what it means is that you can't go through that boundary without having the love of the higher condition. So you can't actually make the transition of the boundary. So even the boundaries that separate the different locations of or the different spheres of the spirit world are all practically governed by love. You can't go to the next boundary without being in a better condition of love. Now, in the spirit world, many spirits call that nature, the laws of nature. That's what they call it. And we've come to have that terminology here on Earth oftentimes too, haven't we? That's just the law of nature, So, how does a phone signal get from the tower, the mast that transmits the signal to your phone? Well, it's a law of nature that's engaged there. That's the view. No, it isn't. It's actually a law of love that's engaged there. Interestingly. So many of us are used to creating devices that are in harmony to some degree with nature. We do that, and therefore some degree of harmony with love. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. Even the power on your house, the power that comes to your house is in harmony with the law of love. That's how it ends up working. Every single practical thing you can think of in the universe. The big thing about the progress of the soul, though, of course, is that the interstellar boundaries that occur between the different spheres, you cannot go over them without you being in the higher condition of love to go through them. Right? You just can't. There's nothing you can do to move to the higher condition except grow in love. You can't come up with a new idea, a new concept, a new scientific discovery, nothing. There's nothing you can do. But bring yourself into more harmony with love, and then you'll make the change in the boundary. Does that make sense to you? So there's this concept on Earth that all we need to do is find out more about the law, and the average person doesn't realise by finding out more about the law, they're finding out more about love. Interesting. And that's why the thing ends up working. It's more harmonious with love. Yeah. Very fascinating. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with regard to God's universe, you can see that if you can come to understand love as God defines it, so this is God's definition of love here we're talking about, if you can come to understand God's love as God defines it. Remember, by understanding, I'm not using the word with your intellect, understand. I'm saying you have to understand with your senses, your emotions, and with your intellect. That's the only way you can understand it. You have to. It's got to be sensory, emotional, and intellectual in your understanding. The only way you can truly understand love is to be in harmony in all those areas. So unless you become harmonious with the love as God defines it to be, fundamentally you won't understand life, you won't understand love, you won't understand happiness, you won't understand how the universe actually works. You won't be able to understand the maths of the universe, the science of the universe. There'll be limitations on all of those things based upon the condition you're in. Fundamental principle of life.